Jason Mitchell. Bro, we gotta do better. Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Josiah's World TV. I am back for another video. If you have not yet, make sure you all subscribe for the most latest content. And let's talk about Jason Mitchell in his recent Breakfast Club interview, okay? So it has been a lot of speculation going on around Jason Mitchell regarding what happened on the set of Desperados and what happened on the set of The Child for him to be fired from misconduct. And there's a lot of different allegations, you know, him being dropped from his manager to his agency to the networks. And we're just like, dude, like what happened? So for those of y'all who are living under a rock, who does not know who Jason Mitchell is, he had the breakout star role as Eazy-E on Straight Outta Compton. And also he played in Mudbound, he played in Kong Skull Island, he played in Superfly and Detroit. So pretty much he's like the up and coming young Denzel Washington because your boy can act. So yesterday I had the chance to listen to him on the Breakfast Club and it was pretty much like 51 minutes of circles. I feel like he was like kind of going around circles and he wasn't really necessarily saying exactly what were the allegations, what happened behind the scenes for you to be fired. So pretty much giving a little backstory on what happened earlier this year with him being fired from Desperado. They let him go. It was under Netflix. Netflix let him go as well. They decided to end his contract and he was dropped by his agent. He was dropped by his management company. And we was just like, okay, like, damn, everybody's just dropping you for your own manager and your agency to drop you. Something drastic must happen for that to go down. Because at least I felt like that your team would be with you and just like, hey, like, you know, this such and such and such did not happen. But we was like, okay, you know, we're trying to put the pieces together. Following the firing of Desperado, he was fired from The Child, okay? And pretty much your girl Anaya Floyd Davis, she threw Lena under the bus saying how Lena knew about the allegations and she was aware after the season 1 taping and you know that's why they let her go and she challenged her out for, you know, being, I guess, sexual misconduct or whatever misconduct that was going on that we don't know about. The only side at this point that we heard from was from Anaya Floyd Davis, the season 2 showrunner. We didn't hear anything from Tiffany Boone. We didn't hear anything from Jason Mitchell. A month pretty much after Lena Waithe called in and just pretty much said that she talked with Tiffany Boone and she's not going to express any tea, but she felt bad because I guess Tiffany Boone felt uncomfortable around Jason Mitchell as well as Anaya. So fast forward, Jason Mitchell goes on the Breakfast Club saying that he doesn't know anything about these allegations, y'all. Anything. He didn't know why he got fired from The Child, why he got fired from Desperado. So pretty much in this clip he talks about in the movie Desperado how he actually got fired because he took a co-worker out, she got drunk, and he said that he came into work the next day. You know, after taking her home from being drunk in the country Mexico, he felt like that she didn't want anything to happen to her. So he comes into work the next day and they shut down the whole production. And I'm just like, okay, so that's all that happened? That's all that happened, Jason? Really? And he just pretty much says that him and Tiffany are not friends at all. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and play you guys a clip of his Breakfast Club interview and I'll be right back with the rest of my commentary.
Well, what happened? Because they say allegations. And when we first heard this, when we saw that everybody just back away like that, when everybody drops you, I'm like, okay, what the hell are we about to hear? What were the actual allegations?
Well, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the allegations themselves were, but I can't tell you what happened. What happened was, with Desperados, we were in pre-production and I went out with a co-worker of mine and she got drunk. And, you know, being the person that I am, I felt responsible to make sure she got home, because they're already telling us, like, don't take the Ubers, don't trust these people, don't jump in a cab, don't do any of that. You know what I mean? We're in Mexico City and we're in a foreign land and we should stick together. So I was like, okay, this isn't where I leave her, So I made sure she got home, and the next day it kind of all slapped me in my face. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not sure if her and her significant other had a situation, because I did FaceTime her boyfriend to figure out like how to get there and how to go about getting her home.
So you FaceTime her boyfriend because you wasn't doing anything with her, but you was like, bro, I need to get home. Where am I going? Exactly.
I actually had a girlfriend at the time too as well. So I felt like I was doing the right thing, but the next day, they canceled rehearsal and everything, and they came to me and they were like, Jason, we need to talk to you about this activity that went on. So, I told them my side of the story, but it still felt as if, I don't know if there was something that I missed or something that wasn't said, but
what activity did they say went on? Like, because if you just brought her home, what could possibly happen?
Exactly. They weren't exactly specific with me about anything, and I was a little baffled by that, but they did pay me in full, before I left. So I was like,
So they never even told you what you were accused of?
No. They didn't. And, with that being said, I just want to jump out there and say, like, for anybody who's ever been around me, they know that I'm one of the most loving, sweet people in the world. But if I did do anything, say anything, make anybody feel any kind of way, you have my deepest apologies. Like, honestly, my deepest apologies. Because that was never my intention to make anybody feel any sort of way. I've definitely never put my hands on somebody or anything like that. But I think it was just sort of a series of events that led to things kind of being weird between us, if that makes sense.
To the young lady?
Right. And, I think that Netflix just kind of made an executive decision.
The situation with Tiffany Boone.
Well, it's crazy because there was actually no situation with Tiffany Boone. Shout out to Tiffany Boone, by the way, too, because she is... she was put in a position, because this lady, Ayanna Floyd Davis, she did come out and go to the Deadline and made a statement for Tiffany Boone. Also, I guess, said some things about Desperados. And she had a lot to say, but she was the only person that ever made a statement at all. So I was a little taken back by the whole situation that happened, but the actual reason that I got let go was because that Disney saw what was going on with Desperados, and they just bought Showtime. So they decided not to pick up my option. And then, of course, I've been on the season I've been on the show for was about to be 3 seasons. I was nominated for an award, so I was asking for more money and all these different sorts of things, and they went down to do it.
Ayanna, she was the Chi showrunner. She said that everybody, including Lena Waithe, was well aware of your misconduct long before they let you go. Is that true?
And what misconduct? Because people keep saying misconduct, but nobody ever says what it is, which is baffling, because you can't let somebody go and say it's misconduct and then not say what it is, and not give somebody a chance to talk about their misconduct.
Exactly. Because I was like, the way I was raised, I don't know about everybody else, but the way I was raised, it was like if me and Charmaine got a problem, DJ Envy sits us both down and say, hey, what happened? Get both sides of the story, and that way you can assess it like that. But when you're dealing with HR, it doesn't work like that at all. They'll never pop out and tell you, oh, this is what was said by that person, this is what was said by that person. So you never actually get the luxury of finding out exactly how somebody felt about something. But there was a situation between me and Miss Ayanna. And basically what happened was my friend, God rest his soul, Young Greatness, he was killed on October 17th, I believe it was. And on that day, like, I got the call and I was torn apart. You know what I mean? This is somebody who I grew up with, somebody whose career I thought sort of mirrored mine. You know what I mean? Like, growing up in New Orleans, it's not easy to be able to get out and to do things that are actually productive and shake the world. So when he was shot and killed, I was torn up about it. But I was sort of using it at work because I had 5 scenes, right? And like 4 of these 5 scenes, I gotta cry. You know what I mean? So I'm like using it. And I walked back to Video Village, and she asked me, was I okay? And I was like, nah, you know, I'm not really doing so okay. And she was like, well, we just want to make sure you're okay because we don't want you to go home and self-medicate. And I was like, sorry, wait, what? You know what I mean? So
there must have been rumors that you had like a drinking problem or a drug problem.
I don't know what she had heard. I'm not really sure what she had heard, but I was like, I don't know. You know when you have those moments like you feel like, you know what, the nigga is about to come out of me right now. So right. I mean, I do best by just not saying nothing, right? So I took that to Lena, and Lena took that to HR, and as a result, she came back to me and pulled me to the side and was like, yeah, you know, we could have talked about this before the entire situation. And I'm like, look, man, I'm not 5 years old. You know what I mean? You can't just tell me that you were checking on me and you don't know me from a can of paint. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like either you're talking to somebody else or you have some sort of, you know, preset notion of who I am. You know what I mean? You don't even know me. You've never seen me under the influence of alcohol or any kind of drug. So when you said that, yes, it offended me. You know what I'm saying? And it sort of turned it into a heated discussion, and then I just walked off, right? But when she went to HR about that situation.
So now she went to HR about this heated discussion.
Right. And was fired.
And she was fired.
She was fired. Right.
Because she wasn't supposed to approach you after a HR situation.
Exactly.
Correct.
And as a result, I think she sort of felt like me and Lena tried to throw her under the bus. You know, and I feel so bad for Lena because at the end of the day, no matter what went on, like I was the person in question, not her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Lena has done nothing but create opportunities for us all. You know what I mean? And she wanted to put a black woman, you know, who she felt like could handle the situation in charge. You know, so it was just painful to watch because she got a better job, basically. You know what I mean? She put in 2 seasons with us and she moved on to get a better job. But she didn't let, you know, like it wasn't like she went around and told everybody, hey, you know, I'm leaving the show, I got a better job, blah, 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 blah.
They made it seem like Tiffany left because she couldn't take it with you anymore.
Right, which is completely ridiculous because anybody who knows Tiffany Boone knows that she is, I guess for lack of expression to me, like the epitome of a black woman. You know what I mean? She has no kids, she's super successful, and if you try her, she will get you together right then and there. You know what I mean?
She's not taking no bullshit.
She's not taking none at all.
Right.
And, you know, I encourage people to be more like that because had me and Tiffany ever had a situation where, I don't know, she might have felt sexually harassed, I can bet my bottom dollar that she would have told me about myself in that moment.
Well, Lena Wave called up in and she said that there were workshops and several meetings to mediate your issues with Tiffany Boone.
Well, nah, there wasn't any workshops that went along with that. But at the beginning of everything, they always do like a HR workshop. You know what I mean? That's for pretty much every production. Yeah, I would believe that every production does this. You know, they have somebody come in and they teach you all about the workplace and teach you how you're supposed to, you know, handle people and talk to people and all this. So there was no actual workshops between us. But me and Tiffany have never really been the best of friends. Mm-hmm. So season 1, maybe like episode 3 or 4, we just told each other, look, we just have a work relationship. We don't gotta laugh, kick it, skate, none of that. You know what I mean?
What brought that conversation on?
You know, me and Tiffany have our different views on things, and that's pretty much all it is. We're both people that are very opinionated. You know what I mean? And if we sit down and have a conversation, we could go back and forth all day, no matter if it's about politics or about...
So you guys just heard part of the clip from The Breakfast Club, okay? And I just want to say this. Congrats to... I'm so proud of DJ Envy for asking the right freaking questions. Y'all know he be asking the most dumbest questions ever, okay? I still feel as if Jason Mitchell was bullshitting because they asked him immediately, like not even a minute in, what were the allegations? Well, you know, I just feel like that, like I don't know what happened, da-da-da-da-da. Like he was just really on some shit. I'm not surprised if these ladies did not feel comfortable around him. Something must have happened for you to be fired by your management, your agency, and the company, the Netflix company itself. You know, it's just not like, oh, you went in there and I didn't know, you know, I don't know what the allegations are. HR told me that they had to let me go. First of all, they're gonna tell you exactly why they're letting you go. Anytime you're in HR, they're gonna let you know why they're gonna let you go and what the allegations are. Like, come on now. I feel like in the interview that he was still lying, covering up. Only you, I mean, it's his side, there's her side, and there's the truth, okay? So the truth is always gonna reveal itself. I don't know if it might leak out in the blogs or whatever, but I definitely do not believe Jason Mitchell. I think that he is an aggressor. He admits himself that he gets heated. He's a hothead, he's from New Orleans. So, of course, I can see him being aggressive. So you guys just let me know what you feel on this Jason Mitchell situation. Do you feel like that he possibly is lying on the Breakfast Club? How do you all feel about Tiffany Boone and Anaya Davis? Do you all feel as if they were out of line or doing too much or stepping outside of their boundaries? Or do y'all feel like that, no, Jason does seem like an aggressor, okay? So let's have a discussion in the comment section. Make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And until next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.